Listen, we're in the Champions League. We're in the Champions League. Finishing top 3. We're in the Champions League. Where's Liverpool? Not there. Where's Chelsea? Not there. Where's Spurs? Not there. Oh my God!
What's going on, people? Welcome to Flex's player ratings. I'm going to whiz through this. It's getting chilly here. I just have to say before I get straight into the player ratings, there is a lovely sort of, well, obviously the Trinity's there in terms of a monument, but there's a nice little place here by the Trinity statue outside Old Trafford, East Stand, where you can, you know, lay flowers and loads of tributes to Sir Bobby, which is fantastic to see. And actually, I don't know if you can see it with the lens, but it says there, Sir Bobby Charlton, 1937 to 2023. And some nice words there at the front of Old Trafford. And there's a very fitting way to win a game for Sir Bobby for our first home game since his passing. Into the player ratings. Wow, Andre Onana, Jesus. I think he made like 4 saves today. I'll tell you what, he made a massive save in the second half, which was definitely going in. Big save. He made a save in the first half that he didn't need to make, was probably going wide. And then he wins us the game. He wins us the game. What am I giving him? 10. Andre Onana gets a 10 because it doesn't come much more clutch than that. That is a goalkeeper's dream. That is like Josh was saying, Roy of the Rovers stuff. It's like if you're a goalkeeper and you want to pick your moment, it's either, you know, in a cup final and it's the last penalty and it's to win the cup, or it's in a regular time game like this was tonight for 3 points, and it's the last kick of the game and it's to win your team the game. And that's exactly what he did. Redemption for Andre Onana. A lot of people saying, welcome to Manchester United, Andre. He's arrived. And I'm not going to go that far, but it was absolute euphoria inside the stadium. A massive moment for him. You know, you've seen the criticism I've had of him. I think it's been fair. But I've also said I think we need to back him. I've also, once I calmed down after the international break against that game against Brentford, I said, look, we need to stick by him and we need to support him. And hopefully look back on this period that is just gone. And hopefully we don't see any more mistakes. But the games are coming thick and fast. We're not out the woods yet. It's Manchester City coming up next. Huge performance needed. But today, with that, what he done at the end, saved that penalty, gets a 10. I don't see how he cannot get a 10. Because I'm just gassed and I'm just going to do that. I know technically other players might get a bit higher, but, well, can't get higher, but nah, you got to get a 10. If a goalkeeper does that, 10 out of 10. Right back, Diogo Dalot. Thought he did okay. Up and down. Didn't really create much. Couple of decent crosses into the box. He was up against a really tricky left wing. I'm not going to lie. I can't remember his name. Is it Inuri? Azur? I can't remember his name. But he was good. He was good. And Dalot had to be really honest most of that game. I think I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. I think he was steady. Rafael Varane. Give a 6 to maybe a 7. 6 by his standards. Got his head to everything he needed to get his head to. You know, composed. Didn't make any mistakes. Just done Rafael Varane things. Kept the ball moving to the fullbacks where he needed to. Couple of passes in between the lines to go forward. I think it was a comfortable performance for him. And afterwards, he was signed. He had loads of time for all the fans as well, and the youngsters outside at the players' tunnel. Signed loads of shirts, took loads of selfies as well. So big up to the Ghost of Rafe the Phantom. But comfortable. Harry Maguire. I mean, technically, if Onana gets a 10, Harry Maguire should get a 10. And that's what I'm going to do. Harry Maguire gets 10 out of 10. I don't care if you lot say, oh, you're deluded. Listen, when nobody else is performing, yeah, and some of the players who are under the most scrutiny come up clutch, give them their flowers. To win a game in that manner with the most unlikely of scorers and then the redemption for Onana, I'm gassing them. I don't care. I'm gassing them. And it's weird because Christian Eriksen was man of the match and he's not going to get a 10. So I'm kind of moving mad. I am. I'm doing a KG because he should get higher than them because he was the man of the match. He completely changed the game. But just the moments, no one expected Harry Maguire to score. And it was just written that it had to be him when he's under the most stick. Written in the stars. Do you know what I mean, though, Josh? Like 10. Give the man a 10. Do you know what I mean?
Don't forget before he was doing the overlaps, fam.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man was doing overlaps. Yeah. And you know, when he scored that header, I was like, that's when you cup your ears, Harry. That's when you point and say, what now? You know what I mean? So I'm really happy for him. I know 10's obviously crazy, but I don't care. Left back, Reguilon. Did okay, first game back. Had to come off as well. Obviously, probably couldn't last the whole game. I thought he was okay. Put a couple of good crosses in. No one really got past him. I think as as a whole team, collectively in the first half, we just wasn't good enough. He just wasn't good enough. But it was an average performance from him. I'd say a 6. Into midfield, Amrabat off at half time. Was just okay. It was just okay, man. Just passing side to side. It was just stiff, slow. 5 wasn't really good. Bruno first half, awful. Didn't really see him. Honestly, didn't really see him at all. Second half, did I see him? A little bit more. Started to lay in the people a little bit more, but by Bruno's standards, probably a 5. I don't really played that well. I didn't really see him. He raised it. He probably played a 6 in the second half and a 5 in the first half. So it probably balances out to be about a 5. Really, I don't think he was great. Also in midfield, Scott McTominay. I know he gave away the penalty towards the end, but not even just that. Not even just a penalty. Like just in general, he just wasn't great. That him as the 10, I know why Eric's trying to do it, but it was non-existent. He's just not getting enough touches on the ball. He's not gonna get hold of the game. He's not gonna help create anything. You know, he wasn't really good in the final third at all. And I was like, well, what's he there for? Because he's not going to drop deep and set the play. He's not getting on the end of things and linking up well in the final third. What is he there to do? And it's obviously the goal threat, what we've been seeing. But this is why we can't let the goals mask things and have revisionism and say that's why Scott McTominay should play all the time. Because I think against Sheffield United, like I said, he made like 8 passes. I was so surprised Christian Eriksen or Mount didn't start today. I really am. And that's not being harsh on Scott, because like I said, I bigged him up for the impact he's had. He's had a bit of a mixed time, gave away a couple of penalties, but scored a few goals as well. Scored 3 goals in the last few games as well. So a mixed bag for Scott, but tonight, weren't feeling his performance, man. I don't think it was good. I'm going to say 4. It could even be lower, but because we won, I'm feeling a bit more happy, but I'm going to say 4. The 4 players, Anthony, better in the second half, like a lot of players were better in the second half. First half, didn't really see him. Just an average 6. I think he was just okay. Rashford, Rashy, man. He had that chance where he was kind of clean through, hits off his shin. Couple of times he made the right pass on the overlap, cut one back where we nearly scored, but average, yeah, just not really good enough, really. Garnacho comes on and was probably, to be honest, he was as wasteful as Rashford. I'm not going to act like he wasn't. But it was a spark there. He kept getting the ball. He kept having an impact on the game. So I'll give Marcus a 5. I don't think he was that good today. Rasmus Højlund, 6. I think he put it about. Could have, no, not 7, now 6. Physical, powerful, run his ass off. He said, obviously, my job's to score goals, but, you know, he also said he needs to be physical. He needs to bring people into play. And he did a little bit of that. I just want him to be involved more in terms of in the box and getting more shots. It's like, and that's not all his fault. It's mostly not his fault. He's feeding off scraps. The crosses aren't coming in. We're not playing through him. We're still getting to learn how we play, and he's still getting to learn how we play, which we're still getting to learn how we play as fans because we can't identify it half the time. But Rasmus Højlund, I'll give him a 6. He worked his socks off against his boyhood club. It was good to see him in the mixer as well. Good to catch up with him and seeing him with his brother as well. That was a nice moment for him and obviously the Højlund family. But the subs are the ones who changed the game, especially this guy, Christian Eriksen, 9. I know I gave the other guys 10, and it's a bit skewed, but I don't care. I gave them 10s, but he's getting a 9. But he was the man of the match, so he should really get a 10, but you guys know the gist of what I'm doing. It completely changed the game. You know, you guys saw how much I raved about Eriksen last year. You know, some of the channels saying, oh, Flex, you love Eriksen too much. It's because he's our most technically sound midfielder. You know what I mean? I know we've got Mason Mount now, so he's technically sound, but he's the best passer of the ball. He's got the best vision. He plays the safe passes. He's clever, knows the spaces to pick up on the half turn, in between the lines. Clever with both feet, put Rashford through left foot, no problem. Rashford's clean through, put the cross in, bang, right on the money for Harry Maguire. Had an instant impact, had a shot, unlucky not to score, forced a good save. The whole game changed just because of a little bit of quality in Christian Eriksen coming. He's a wicked player, and he's just shown how much we need him. Even though we've spent big money on Mason Mount, it's not big money on Amrabat alone, but the one standing out is the guy we got for free last year. And the better players on the ball need to play. Mason Mount needs to play. Eriksen needs to play. These are the players who Erik ten Hag needs to pick more and stop going for the athleticism. So he was good. Garnacho, I'll give him a 6 because his impact was there. He was lively, but the end quality wasn't there. But his impact was very good. I'll give him that. I think that's why we can still see he's still raw, rough around the edges, doesn't have that composure yet. But when you bring him on, he will impact the game. And I thought he had a great impact. He made the right back think, flipping heck, I'm getting run ragged here. Do you know what I mean? Like, he just kept going and going. He kept wanting the ball as well. So good impact sub. That's exactly what you want your subs to do. Who am I missing? Anthony Martial. He was okay, a bit NA. But Lindelof, I think Lindelof deserves massive credit as well. Linda left back, Linda left centre back, Linda right back. What do you want? Linda auxiliary 6, as KG says. Wherever you want him to do a job, he does a job. And I did say on the way up, I said he's been playing a little bit more dodgy than Harry Maguire at the minute. Played a lot of games, and I would go with Harry Maguire from the start, and that's what Erik ten Hag did, and that proved right. But Lindelof coming in for Reguilon, calm, clean with both feet, some nice little passes, nice little distribution, and again the quality just was there when he was there. So I'll give him a 7. Yeah, I think he was good. I think Lindelof deserves big credit, man. I'm going to give him a 7. Who else is it? Just Erik ten Hag left?
Yeah, Ten Hag.
Yeah? I'm not missing anyone else? No? Yeah. Ten Hag. Team selection was wrong, man. That first half was a ball fest. And it's him undoing his own team selections. I know it's fine margins. If we win with that team selection, he's justified. But at the same time, last couple of games, we've had to see big changes, either at halftime or early in the games, because it ain't working in midfield. We still don't know what our best midfield is. He doesn't know. He's changing it every game and he's doing this McTominay thing. It ain't working. Stop playing Scott in that position. Bring him on as an impact as well. He's not giving us what I think Eric thinks he should be giving us. You have to play Christian Eriksen. So I've got to mark Eric down for that, because he had to undo his own mess. But he did undo it. He did undo it. And the subs did have a good impact, and they fought hard as well in terms of a second half reaction, in terms of the whole team. So overall, I'll give Eric a 6. I think that's fair, because, you know, there was a whole half just thrown away there because the team selection was bad, and that could have had really catastrophic effects. You know, they hit the post after 4 minutes. It's a different game if that happens. So it's fine margins. So yeah, Eric was half in my good books, half not in my good books. You know what I mean? I think that's fair. Smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my ratings. I know the first thing you're going to say is, how on earth can you give Maguire and Onana a 10, but Eriksen was the man of the match and he got 9? Don't care. I'm gassed. That's, you know, that's just the reason. Don't care. Sometimes they don't have to make sense. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we move on to the derby. Ooh.
Believe!
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, the way we're playing, we've got no right to be beating City. The way we're playing. But it's a derby, mate. It is a derby. Beat them and all of a sudden we're 3 points behind them. How, I don't know. But, you know what I mean? So the derby's the one where we're expected to lose. We're not favourites going into that game, and the way we're playing is not good. If we lose, we lose. But we have to compete. We have to not make stupid mistakes. And like Josh just said there, we do have to believe we can win, though. We do have to believe we can win. And I do believe we can win. At Old Trafford, we can beat anyone on our day. But we're moving mad, and we ain't had many days recently, yeah? But who knows? Believe, yeah? Take care, guys. See you again soon at the derby. Come on.